Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Boxing. I'm your girl Leti.
I'm LB.
And let's get into our other heavyweight fight of the night. We had Jared Anderson out of Toledo, Ohio.
Once again, Ohio stand up.
AKA Big Baby.
Yep.
Versus Rovcanin out of Serbia.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think?
So to kind of set the stage once again, Jared Big Baby Anderson, when it comes down to the heavyweight, especially in the American heavyweights, usually they tend to start late in boxing. But and they kind of talked about, the telecast kind of talked about it, but boxing has been his sport, since day one. So he's got that amateur pedigree. He was a two-time national champion as an amateur. And, so he definitely got the skills and a lot of promise. We see Usyk and we see Tyson Fury. They have, they're looked at as skilled fighters because they've been starting boxing since they were young. And, he's one of those fighters as well,
He's from America.
And he's from America. It's been talked about highly about, his success in sparring with Tyson Fury. Even Bob Arum even confirmed the fact that, like Jared Big Baby Anderson gives Tyson Fury fits,
Ooh.
He gives him fits, and it was funny because even in his interviews leading up to the fight, people always want to ask him because Tyson Fury's the heavyweight champ, so people always want to ask him about the sparring, and he's like, at this point he goes, I really don't want to talk about it anymore because now I'm on that level too, and so I don't want to look at it like I'm a fighter. This is me now. Like I'm not a prospect anymore. I'm ready for that action, and that's what I got. So with that being said, let's get into the fight. What'd you think?
Well, it was a long, short-lived fight. Again, we had a knockout round 2 towards, literally, the bell, clinked, the last 10 seconds of the bell little thing rang, and then, he got knocked out.
Yeah.
He didn't get back up, his opponent. And, Big Baby, of course, he always has his little entrance down the ring,
Go ahead.
He had Akon talking about he been, he had
the Akon locked
up coming out. He always got his little skits coming out.
Yeah. He be always trying to put on an acting performance.
Entertainment.
We seen him coming out as a pimp last time.
Yep.
And now this time he was locked up. He gonna do his thing. But
yeah, entertaining right now. Basically,
entertaining.
Next time what he gonna come out to?
Yeah.
But getting to the fight, he had, I guess they say it was kind of for him, a little longer layover in the fight, a layoff, because he had hurt his right hand. But he looked good to me in the ring. Again, for being as big as he is, he was moving around that ring, throwing them punches.
And to kind of go off that, you talking about him moving around the ring. If you haven't seen him, when you see him in the ring for the first time, and you would probably have to look at it and be like, wait, is this heavyweight?
Yeah.
Because of the way that fool be moving around the ring. You know what I mean? His fluidity. And it doesn't shock me because, like we talked about, he started boxing at a younger age. So, of course, he's going to look more fluid than, maybe someone who started late or something like that. But we also seen him, get work in with Shakur Stevenson, who is the skilled southpaw, and those little fighters, and he's bigger, but he tends to move like them.
Yeah, and he could switch it up. He could do orthodox. He could do southpaw.
Yeah, talk about them skills. Go ahead.
Yeah, he had that, and he was listening good to his corner because he was, I believe, in a southpaw stance. I think it was
to come out.
Started, and then he heard his coach say, now switch it up, and he switched it up to the orthodox, and he got the knockout.
Yeah. And, you don't really see, I feel like you don't see too many heavyweights switch like that. But he was able to do it, and he's done it in his previous fights. He's a natural left-hander. And so that left hand definitely got some stink on it. And so when he changed to the orthodox stance with that left hand being the lead hand, that jab was fire. But that jab was so precise, it tamed him. He was throwing it to the stomach. He's a body puncher. That man is skilled.
Yeah, but his opponent came to box too because he started out really aggressive.
Yeah, he did.
I was like, okay, you get yourself into something, So, he was kind of putting the pressure on Baby as well.
Yeah, he did. And I'll say this, even though he was, putting the pressure on him, Big Baby looked right at home. He was comfortable. He was comfortable. Right. Yeah, he was like, all right, well, we can do it like that. And the thing about him is like, usually, you know, heavyweights, they don't have all the different types of punches. I mean, he was throwing everything. He was throwing left hooks, uppercuts, and right hooks, and he was connecting. And even when it came down to him to getting the knockout, because he switched his stances, you know, his opponent couldn't even get out the way. Like, had he only been a right-hander, he would have been okay. But the fact that he can switch and be in the left hand, he was still in position to land big shots on him, which got him out of it.
Yep. So I mean, and again, that knockout was. It was like we said in the second round. I mean, it was in the second round. He knocked him out. Homeboy was stone cold, just laid out, didn't even try to get up.
Hey, he was with a smile on his back too.
That's right.
Hey, he was over there smiling like, man, that boy is good. And it's funny because Jared Big Baby Anderson is on the outside. There's like another shot. You can see him. He's like, come on, get up. And he on the ground. He's like, no, that boy is good right there.
He's like, I'm good right here, I'm at. Keep counting, keep counting.
That's what it seemed like. He's like, oh, that boy is good. That boy gonna be good. Yeah. That was funny. So we was cracking up.
Yeah.
Man, Big Baby, hey. Future is bright. Hey, future is bright for that brother, you know?
Yeah, and he's still young.
He's still young.
He's going to evolve even more.
Yeah, so and I'll say, cool. He's going to evolve even more.
Just a lot of youngins this fucking
Top Rank got the youngins for sure.
For real.
But yeah, you know, Big Baby does a good job of going to the body and stuff like that. He does, man, he just, I feel like his IQ and everything, the way he moves, the fluidity is just, and his speed is just going to be a lot for the heavyweight division to deal with, especially these large heavyweights. You know, they're going to have all types of problems for him because he still got power too. Yeah. Because he got power too.
It's going to be hard to catch him.
Yeah, it's going to be, So, yeah, as you can tell, hey, we mess with Big Baby heavy. We can't wait to see who we got next. But with that being said, who do you want to see him fight next?
Who you want to see him fight next?
I'm gonna tell you like this. We just saw Hrgovic and Zhang go at it. He called out Hrgovic. I think that's a good fight for him. I would like to see that fight. I know later down the road he's probably gonna get matched up with Dubois out of the UK. I think that's a good fight. Joe Joyce. I think that's a good fight later down the road. The Hrgovic, I think that's a good fight for him.
I think that's not gonna happen until a little bit down the road.
Yeah, but I mean,
that'll be his next fight.
Yeah, you know, he's still developing and stuff. So you know, those fights not. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just kind of speaking on, you know, the kind of the climate of the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I'm very curious to see how Top Rank ends up moving him, just for the simple fact of, you know, he's young, but man, he's so skilled and he got power. Because it almost seemed like in this fight, like, okay, it seemed easy. It seemed so easy for him, and he was like, all right, well, I'll just switch orthodox. And when he switched orthodox, it was like, oh man, it was easy. It's easy
work.
That's
why he was saying, you know, he even talked about, like, you know, they said, like, you know, it's not much of a competition for me, so then give me
Hrgovic. That's why he was like Hrgovic.
Give me his name. He was like, give me his name. You know, I mean, he goes, I know it's not gonna happen, but you guys keep saying I get easy fights. Give me him then. You know. Yeah. And I know he's down to fight. Yeah. Whoever they put in front of him.
Yeah, and or you know, another thing is, you know, with I'll say this, you know, he's such a good body puncher, and like the crazy part about it is, like, we see it when you see him fight people his size, like, you know, the body punching, you know, he gotta dip down a little bit, you know, to land the body shots. But when he fights these bigger guys, he looked at his last fight when he fought on the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury card. He fought like a taller dude, you know, the same size as like Fury. Man, the body punching was so much easier for him
because it's right there.
Yeah, because it's right there. I just feel like he's gonna be just such a problem for the heavyweight division. We just can't wait to see him. You know, Usyk got a belt. Usyk is like at the same size too. So, man, you know, it's gonna be interesting.
He's gonna be learning from watching Usyk.
Oh, for sure.
Because, you know, they kind of.
For sure, and the fact also, I know we're talking about Jared Big Baby Anderson, but the fact that Tyson Fury been getting work with Jared Anderson, he's gonna be more than ready for Usyk, because the athleticism and the speed that Jared Anderson brings.
You think they'll ever cross paths? I don't think they'll ever cross paths.
No, because I don't think so. Just for the simple fact that he's been working with Jared Big Baby Anderson for a while, and they seem like they have a relationship.
No, I'm talking about Usyk and Big Baby.
Oh yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah.
I don't see that. I feel like Usyk might retire before we get that fight. I don't think.
Well, if he chooses, if he chooses to retire, yeah. But I can see that fight matching up. If he wants to continue to fight, I can see if he's gonna have to fight him
in a few years. It would be a good ass fight.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say is if he don't retire, he's gonna have to fight him. So
yeah,
it's gonna be either one.
Because again, Usyk is known to be smaller. For the heavyweight, he moves around the ring well. He got skills, and then baby same. That'd be kind of cool to see. But I don't know if it would happen. I don't know if it would happen.
Hey, you're right. I would love to see that fight just because of their size, southpaw. Jared Big Baby Anderson can switch. We've seen him come forward. We've seen him fight on the back foot. He's skilled. So I would be excited to see that. But we're excited for Big Baby Anderson and the rest of his career. Top ranked, man. They got all the prospects. This was an Ohio card. We saw Abdullah Mason show out. We saw Tiger Johnson show out. And we seen, I think, Dante Benjamin in the opener show out.
And Big Baby.
Exactly. And Big Baby, of course. So Ohio, stand up. I know Adrian Broner happy because, Ohio got them fighters. They got them dogs. So we excited. But that's all we got. So thanks for tuning in, y'all.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Or talk your shit. And we out.